Hey guys, Jack Monroe here, and today I'm going to walk you through a 2-hour drill session specifically tailored towards the kitchen and utilizing all of those aspects at the kitchen line rather than working your way up. And we're not going to go through drives, drops, or anything like that. We're going to put a lot of emphasis on the kitchen today. First, we're going to start off just by getting in a rhythm with some simple dinks, cross-court dinks, just working on those patterns. And then we're going to start judging balls, taking them out of the air. And eventually we're going to end with some hand-eye coordination training, working on those reflexes and those speed-up patterns. And we got our handy dandy ball hopper and our tube. I can't recommend this enough because then you don't have to worry about picking up balls every time. This one carries 275 balls. Personally, I like drilling with Duras sometimes because when I transition to Franklins or Vulcans, it's an easier transition to that softer ball. So that's personally just my preference. Also, I'm going to voice over a few of the things on this session just to give you guys some nuance and to show you what I'm trying to work on in these drills in specific. So we're starting out with straight up dinks just to help get ourselves into a rhythm. We're trying to work on a little bit of our judgment, taking some out of the air, not get too pushed back. And when working with our opponents, we're trying to be friendly. We're not trying to be too aggressive back and forth. This is simply to get ourselves into a rhythm and get a couple reps for these first 5 minutes. And we're only spending 5 minutes on this because most of our realistic patterns that we're going to use in matches are going to be cross court. So that's why we're going to spend way more time there. And now switching to cross-court dinks, you'll see this is a lot more realistic. I like to start out by hitting just cross-court. I don't take any balls out of the air and I'm hitting slices only. This is just for me to help develop my footwork a little bit more and get my feet moving by consciously thinking about letting every ball bounce. And as you'll see right here, I'm starting to take more out of the air, and this is where the judgment comes in. I'm actually going to try to reach in and take as many balls as I can out of the air. And now I'm working on fully moving my opponent around in their box. So I'm trying to go middle, I'm trying to volley to then pull them wide. I'm trying to mix everything up within my range of slice. And after working on my slices, which are my more consistent shots, I'm gonna work towards being more aggressive with my 2E topspin roll. And what this helps do in specific is this really helps move my opponent around, and I'm actually going to consciously think about that while doing this. I'm going to take most of these off the bounce and I'm just working on getting in that rhythm. And if he pushes me middle, then I'm just going to take a step back and hit a dink so it looks like I can hit a speed up as well, or I'm going to reach in and take that ball out of the air. And then we switch sides, so we're still going cross court in that same pattern, but now since I'm a right side specialist, because I am a lefty, it feels weird to be on the left side, but I just go through this and still go through the same thing that we just worked on with my opponent because they're typically a righty and therefore a left side player, so they go through all of those reps that I just did for 20 minutes. One thing to note that I'm working on right now is, as you can see, I have two different types of dinks. When I get pulled out wide, I cock my wrist back in order to be more consistent. I'm hitting it flat and just mostly using my arm in order to guide the ball over the net. But when I can get my feet under the ball, I'm actually turning my wrist and I'm trying to add topspin and be more aggressive. So I'm trying to apply that same concept to when I'm on the right side as well, because I can also speed that shot up, and I really like that ball in specific. So this drill right here is going to be one of the most annoying, however rewarding drills that you will do in this 2-hour session. As you can see right here, we're hitting in the same box, however cross court, because that is a middle pattern that is realistic in matches, and we're actually trying to be a little aggressive. So don't let the ball go to your feet. So if you see a high one, you're looking to hit it out of the air, and if you see a neutral ball, then you're looking to roll it and be more aggressive on it. However, no speed ups are allowed, and you're simply trying to hit 50 in a row. However, I don't want you just being a wuss and dinking it back with no pressure. If you get a neutral ball, look to be aggressive off of it. As you can see right here, I'm judging it, still trying to take them out of the air. However, if you miss, both of you guys reset, and you'll see right here when I miss, I get so annoyed because this could take 5 minutes, this could take 20 minutes, because if the ball goes out wide or if it hits the net and dribbles over, you keep your score. So we're trying to get 50 in a row, but right now, if it goes wide, then you just play on, it doesn't matter. You're just trying to avoid the net. That is your goal with this drill. 50 in a row, avoid the net, and treat it realistically. And then after that, we're gonna go straight up 50 in a row in the middle, forehand to forehand, because I am a lefty. That is realistic because I find that this is a very useful pattern in order for me to pierce middle, because it looks like I may speed up at the person in front of me, so they may be caught backing up a little bit, and this could help me pierce that middle. And line to line is obviously not used as much because you have the Ernie potential and it's the higher part of the net, but still train it. So just like how you have to warm up your body, you have to warm up your eyes, and mutual hands is, in my opinion, the best way to do that. You're just trying to be friendly, you're not trying to hit the ball down, focus on hitting their chest with this. So you're just trying to get in a rhythm for about 5 or so minutes, just try to track the ball into our paddle and guide it back until we're gonna go and transition towards these neutral ball speed ups. Starting out, my partner is going to focus on just blocking back for about 2 or so minutes. I'm going to be focusing on speeding the ball up right at their backhand. I'm not trying to go cross body yet. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm just trying to work on my speed up. It's okay if you hit these speed ups at 80 or so % starting out, and now we're going to transition to where I can speed up anywhere that I want in which he's hitting a backhand. So no cross body just yet, but I can hit line or body. It's my choice. And this really helps train the player that's hitting the neutral ball to understand when a speed up is coming and where it is coming. As you can see right here, he figured out that it was going to go straight into his 2E, so he actually loaded in order to counter that back. But I'm also not expecting this to be a winner. I'm following the next ball up. So Timmy turns from blocking to countering, and when I speed up, he counters back, and I'm looking to sit on that next ball depending on which pattern I decide. So some 4-0 players, I would say, focus on looking for that next ball. When you hit this speed up, you're not just trying to put it away, you're trying to get yourself that second ball in order to hit down eventually. So now we're actually extending the range a little bit, and I'm looking to speed the ball up anywhere that I want. I can speed up cross body to chicken wing him, I can speed up body, or I can speed up line. I have 3 main options, and I just can't speed up 2 cross court in which his partner is actually going to take that ball. So as you can see on this first feed, I speed up, and instead of just speeding up and waiting, I'm actually looking to push forward and hit that second ball down. And eventually we're going to switch roles. So Timmy's going to speed up on me, and the first minute or 2 I'm actually going to just work on blocking them back just in order to track the ball into my paddle, and then eventually I'm going to work on countering them back, and Timmy's going to look for that second ball to put down at my feet. After blocking, the first 10 minutes or so is just going to be line and body. However, eventually after the first 10 minutes, then we're going to start introducing that cross court, that cross body speed up in which I am forced to open up or slide into the middle. And as you can see, we're working on a lot of patterns, and even through these clips, you're able to see the patterns that are getting created a lot more frequently. Now we're going to transition into some games, some kitchen games, which is skinny singles. We're not doing anything cross court, but right now we're just focusing on combining everything that we just worked on. Our hand eyes warm, our dinks are warm, and our aggressive dinks are warm, as well as our speed ups. So we're ready to put everything together now.
Oh, you have put it in. No way! Oh, yeah! Save. No! No!
That's clean. That's clean.
That was clean. Where do we watch that?
And while we were on the court for 2 hours today, as you can see, Timmy's burnt out. But
No chance. No chance.
But yeah, so we could be here for 6-7 hours working on all these different drills. I do like to cycle my drill sessions. So for example, we didn't cover a bunch of drills that I typically like to work on at the kitchen. Some of those include kitchen games straight up or cross court that include if you volley a ball, you get an extra point. So you're working on taking more balls out of the air. If you hit a ball in the net, you lose a point or you lose 3 points, so you go back to 0 depending on which patterns you're training. Cross court, you'll probably go to 0. Straight up, since the net's a bit higher, then you maybe lose 1 or 3 points. Those are some games that I like as well. But for the most part, you can also set up like your ball hopper as that third player. So you're dinking cross court, and then if somebody gets a high ball, they just speed up at the ball hopper in front of them. That's a good drill to train what balls to speed up and which balls to let bounce and just keep dinking cross court and stay in that pattern. But yeah, big thanks to Urban Pickleball. As you can see, the best views in Austin. They're on top of a parking garage in the middle of Austin. It's a beautiful view, and I mean, I can't thank these guys enough for hooking us up here on these courts. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my first video and kind of walking through what I do as a pro player. And let me know if you guys have any other ideas for a YouTube video. I'm really stoked to start filming and using this YouTube channel a bit more. And other than that, just
Make sure to comment if you want to see anything in specific. I also want to get into some entertaining stuff. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.